Imagine for a moment that every choice you could have made, you did make. In a parallel reality, another version of you is living that life right now. Quantum physics implies these worlds are real, and as Gregg Braden's work suggests, they are not separate from us. They are all connected by a single, intelligent field. What if that sudden, illogical intuition, or that recurring dream, is a message from a wiser version of yourself, trying to share what they have already learned? Today, we decode those signs. Every decision you make, every single thought you entertain, aligns you with one of countless realities. This is the central thesis of our journey today. You live within a vast and intricate network of infinite versions of yourself, and all of these versions are energetically connected. Each thought you hold is a bifurcation point, a sacred crossroad in your reality. Every decision you make, no matter how small, creates a new branch on the infinite tree of existence. And within this quantum web, these other versions of you coexist. Some are more evolved, having already found the wisdom you seek. Others are still learning the lessons you are perhaps moving through now. Yet all of them, all these potentials, share the same foundational consciousness. Your life is not a single, linear path, but a constant unfolding of infinite possibilities, each vibrating at a unique frequency. This journey is one of quantum self-discovery. Today, you will discover the signs that your parallel version might be sending you. To truly understand how this communication is possible, how a version of you from another path could possibly send a message, we must first build our foundation. We must establish the bridge between the spiritual intuition that we feel and the scientific reality that is now emerging. From the spiritual perspective, the wisdom that has echoed through the ages, the universe has never been a dead or empty void. It is understood as a vast living field of creative consciousness, a pulsing intelligent presence. Within this divine matrix, every single thought we sustain and every emotion we allow to define our state of being generates a new ramification of reality. Each focused intention, each heartfelt choice generates a new branch in the universe. Think of each potential timeline as a unique vibrational band within a great, infinite energetic spectrum. The life where you made that different decision, the path you did not take, it did not simply vanish. These versions of you coexist in this very moment, separated from you not by physical distance, but only by subtle shifts in frequency. They are like countless radio broadcasts filling this room right now, invisible, yet entirely real. And now, for the first time in our known history, the quantum perspective is beginning to draw the blueprints for this bridge. Science is beginning to validate what the ancient masters intuited. It introduces the concept of superposition, the stunning and counterintuitive idea that all possibilities, every potential outcome, exists simultaneously in a state of pure potential, simply waiting for a conscious observer to engage with them. This implies that reality itself can exist in multiple states at the same time. In this light, the mysterious collapse of the wave function is beautifully reinterpreted. It may be that the spiritual act of choosing a reality and the scientific act of observation are two descriptions of the very same creative event. You are, in every single moment, selecting your world from this infinite field of potentials. These parallel versions of you, these other lives unfolding in the realm of potential, are not disconnected or isolated islands of experience. They share the same fundamental, unified field of consciousness that you do. Imagine them as countless overlapping waves in the same vast, intelligent ocean. Though each wave may have a different shape, a different speed, or a different direction, all are, in their essence, made of the same water. They are all expressions of the same single presence. The communication between these selves occurs not through words or linear thought, but through the inviolable law of vibrational resonance. When two versions, perhaps your current self, who is asking the question, and a more evolved self who has already found the answer, enter a similar frequency, a resonant link is established. A bridge of energy is formed across the dimensions of possibility. Through this resonant bridge, information can be exchanged. Your brain, this sophisticated biological antenna, tuned to perceive reality, interprets this quantum information. It does not arrive as data, as mathematics, or as equations. It arrives as the subtle language of the soul, a sudden, inexplicable intuition, a vivid, unforgettable dream that feels more real than waking life, or a series of profound and meaningful coincidences that defy all logic and cause you to pause, to breathe, and to wonder. When this communication happens, when this bridge of resonance is formed, the message pierces the veil of our ordinary, mechanical reality. It arrives not as a loud announcement, but as a subtle shift in the fabric of our experience. These are the signs, and they ask only for our quiet attention. The first and perhaps most startling of these signs is the experience of déjà vu, which can be seen as an intersection of timelines. It is that strange, fleeting, and deeply personal sensation that you have lived this exact moment before. It is not a trick of the mind or a faulty memory. It can be understood as a literal intersection of timelines, a moment of profound vibrational overlap, where the boundaries between your current reality and a parallel one momentarily dissolve. The feeling is unsettling because it bypasses the logical mind. When this happens, the invitation is not to be alarmed or to dismiss it. The invitation is to pause, to breathe into the moment, to observe it with quiet curiosity, for it is a confirmation that you are standing at a significant choice point, a crossroads of potential realities. The second sign is the arrival of synchronicities, which we can understand as the clear language of the unified field. This is the repeated appearance of symbols, words, or most famously numbers, such as 1111 or 777. It is the experience of having a thought, and then immediately seeing it reflected in the external world, hearing the same unique phrase in completely different and unrelated contexts. These are not random accidents. You can interpret these as an encouraging nudge from the version of you that is already living the outcome you desire. If you are contemplating a deep change, perhaps a new career, and you suddenly start seeing symbols of that new path everywhere you look, it may be the profound confirmation from a parallel self that this path is viable, resonant, and already successful. The third sign is found in the inner world of dreams and lucid dreams, which often serve as windows to these other realities. Your most vivid, emotionally charged dreams may be more than just subconscious processing. They may be actual fragments of experiences being lived by other versions of yourself. A lucid dream, in particular, that moment when you become aware that you are dreaming, presents a powerful opportunity. It is a conscious bridge where you can interact with and even ask for guidance from these other aspects of your consciousness. A helpful practice is to meditate for a few moments upon waking, allowing yourself to feel the emotional resonance of the dream and to register the symbols it presented, before the logical mind dismisses them. Perhaps you are dreaming the life you have not yet chosen to live, but one that already exists as a vibrant potential. The fourth sign is a more subtle, often unsettling feeling, a sensation of displacement, or what some call reality glitches. This is the perception of feeling suddenly out of place in your own life, or being in a completely familiar environment, like your own home, and having it feel as if something has changed, even though you cannot logically identify what. This feeling can indicate that your own consciousness is in the process of a profound frequency adjustment. As your inner work progresses, your vibrational signature shifts. This feeling of displacement may be the literal sensation of your awareness beginning to migrate from one dominant timeline to another. It is a powerful call to awaken your self-observation, to ask, is my consciousness migrating from one timeline to another? Finally, the fifth and most common sign is the arrival of strong intuitions and sudden changes in behavior. Those powerful, undeniable gut feelings that defy all logic, the sudden urge to turn left instead of right, the inexplicable knowing that you must call someone. These are often direct messages from a version of you that has already experienced the outcome of your choice. Similarly, a sudden and unexplainable change in your tastes, your values, or your daily routines can be the result of a cross-vibrational influence. You may suddenly feel the urge to act differently, to respond with patience where you once felt anger, because another, wiser version of you already does. Recognizing the signs is the first step, the moment of awakening. The next is the conscious act of alignment. How do we, from our current reality, begin to attune ourselves to the highest, most evolved version of ourselves that we can imagine? This is not done through force, through striving, or through mental effort. It is achieved through the gentle but persistent practice of vibrational attunement. Everything is energy. Every emotion you hold, every feeling you allow to saturate your body, is a frequency you broadcast to the quantum field. High-frequency emotions, such as gratitude, joy, and a profound sense of peace, naturally attract and align you with your more expanded, higher potential versions. Daily practices are the key to strengthening this new resonant field. A consistent practice of gratitude literally attunes your vibration to the frequency of receiving, signaling to the universe that you are ready for more good. The act of forgiveness and compassion, both for others and for yourself, is a profound energetic release. It unhooks you from the dense, low-frequency energies that anchor you to past timelines of hurt and resentment. And a conscious, clear intention for the reality you wish to experience, held in the heart, acts as a powerful tuning fork, anchoring the energy of that desired reality into your present moment. Your daily routine, therefore, becomes a powerful, energetic ritual. Meditation becomes an act of vibrational cleansing, clearing the static from your field. A natural, wholesome diet provides your body with a purer, clearer energetic field. Conscious movement, like walking in nature, circulates that energy, preventing it from stagnating. And the words you speak, both to others and to yourself, become a form of vibrational coding, programming your reality in real time. Each of these simple, daily habits is a plank in the bridge you are building between your present self and your maximum potential. These practices of alignment are powerful, but they require a foundation upon which to stand. This foundation is the key of consciousness itself. Your self-perception, your simple, moment-to-moment awareness, is the radar that allows you to detect which timeline you are currently inhabiting. Without this conscious awareness, your energy simply defaults to old patterns, running on the familiar tracks of the past. You cannot shift to a new reality if you are not aware of the one you are currently creating from. This is where a daily practice of silent, non-judgmental self-observation becomes essential. It is the simple act of stepping back and witnessing your own mind and emotions as if you were a loving, neutral observer. You begin to question your thoughts. You begin to feel your emotions without becoming lost in them. This practice gives you access to the most powerful tool of navigation. Throughout your day, you can pause and gently ask yourself a profound question. Am I vibrating as the version that desires, or as the version that already has? Is this thought, this feeling, this reaction in alignment with the highest version of myself I am choosing to become? This simple inquiry is the compass that guides you back, moment by moment, to the path of your most evolved self. When these signs appear, the sudden resonance of déjà vu, the meaningful coincidences, the whispers of intuition, how do we begin to interpret them? How do we translate this subtle quantum language into practical wisdom? The first and most crucial step is simply to recognize and acknowledge them. Do not dismiss these moments as random chance or fantasy. Acknowledge them with a sense of gentle curiosity. You might even keep a journal, noting these small synchronicities without the immediate need to understand their full meaning. Once acknowledged, you can begin to reflect on any recurring patterns. Is the universe showing you the same number, the same animal, the same message repeatedly? The field is often persistent. When a message is important, it will be sent more than once through different channels until it captures your attention. When a symbol becomes persistent, you can choose to meditate upon it. This is not an act of complex analysis, but one of quiet invitation. You can sit in silence, close your eyes, and bring the symbol to your mind's eye. Gently ask your inner wisdom, your higher self, what does this mean for me? And then, you must be willing to simply listen, allowing the answer to arise as a feeling, an image, or a quiet knowing. Ultimately, you must learn to use your own intuition as the final compass. The mind will analyze and dissect, but the heart knows the truth instantly. The heart speaks in the language of resonance. If a path, a choice, or an interpretation resonates deeply within you, if it feels expansive and right in your body, you are on the right path. This inner resonance is the final confirmation from your parallel self, affirming that you are aligning with a higher truth. This brings us to the final crucial step, the one that anchors the ethereal into the earth. Integration is the application of this quantum learning into your physical, daily actions. A sign, an intuition, or a resonant dream is a profound gift, but it is a gift that requires you to act. When you receive that clear, intuitive nudge, you must honor it with your movement. If you feel that strong, persistent impulse to change careers, the integration is not to quit your job tomorrow, but to begin the research, to take one small, aligned step. If you dream of a talent you have long ignored, the integration is to explore it, to buy the notebook, to touch the piano keys again. If you feel guided to adjust your attitudes, to align yourself with a more abundant or loving version of yourself, the integration is to begin that inner work in your very next conversation, in your very next choice. This is how the new reality is built, not in one grand, dramatic leap, but in 1,000 small, consistent choices. These small changes, made in alignment with the subtle messages you receive, create a powerful domino effect capable of shifting your entire life's trajectory. Every single decision you make from these insights, every action taken from this place of higher guidance, brings you one step closer to the ideal version of yourself. You are, in a very real sense, physically building the bridge to that parallel reality, and at the same time, that reality is building a bridge back to you. In the end, we come to understand that all versions of ourselves coexist in perfect harmony within the one unified field of consciousness. The version that is wise, the version that is healing, the version that is abundant, and the version that is learning, all are held together in the same loving presence. Every choice, every frequency you hold, simply defines which timeline, which version, you choose to experience as real in this moment. You are not therefore struggling to become something new that you are not. You are simply remembering what you already are, at another frequency. The journey of alignment is a journey of remembrance. Aligning with your parallel versions connects you more deeply with the unity of the entire universe. It is a returning home to the truth of your own infinite nature. You are not just shaping your reality, you are consciously evolving as a being. If this journey has resonated with a truth within you, we invite you to share your own experiences with these subtle signs in the comments below, creating a space of shared wisdom. You may also feel called to share this message with someone who is perhaps searching for their own sense of connection, to remind them that they are not alone in this vast, intelligent universe. We are grateful to have shared this time with you. To continue this exploration of the bridge between science and spirit, we invite you to subscribe and join our community. Thank you for being present with us today.